Over 6 years ago, I lost my foxes, my beautiful silver and red foxes, to my addiction. What does it mean when I say that? Now, I want to preface and say it has taken me years to be able to talk about this without any shame, without any guilt. But there's still pain. So, moving forward, to keep it short, I relapsed in March of 2017, and I had animals, I had a facility, I had another organization, but I had specifically 2 of my beautiful foxes, and they were my personal pets. They were fur farm rescues. So the way that my bottom happened, my rock bottom, how I don't know what you want to call it, had my coming to Jesus moment, whatever, my moment of savior. I got arrested on March 10th, 2017 with a needle in my arm. I was in jail overnight, and during that time, my husband, my now husband, had all of the animals in my care removed and went to a friend's sanctuary, we thought was a friend's sanctuary. So we moved all of the animals. So when I came home from being in jail, they wanted me to go to detox. They wanted me to go get help, and Michael did not want the animals to influence me, to have excuses to stay. He wanted the animals to be cared for. So my foxes went to that sanctuary. I was in treatment for 45 days, and towards the end of my stay, right before the end, the guy who owned the sanctuary said that he was running out of money, he couldn't care for the foxes anymore, and he wanted me to move them. And of course, I was in treatment. So I reached out to a friend at the time and asked her to help move the foxes for me. I did find someone else to take them. I just couldn't transport them. And that friend didn't come through. It's not entirely her fault. It's just part of the story. I got out of treatment, and we started contacting the gentleman who had my animals. The deal was that when I had more sober time, I'd get them back. But when I was able, I was going to start participating in their care. And that was it. That was it. I was completely ghosted. And at that time, I was in no position whatsoever to chase them down or show up on anyone's property or anything. It wasn't the right thing to do. Unfortunately, that individual, we'll just say, who took them was unspiritual himself. And that sanctuary shut down a year later. But fortunately, my boys were not there. I called and asked. So that is how I lost my foxes. In my addiction. That was one of my consequences to my addiction. And I live every day making living amends to them. And then as for Finn and Oliver, they would be going on 7 and 8 years now. I think about them all the time. And every time I post a video and I talk about them, I hope someone tells me where they went. I have faith that they're okay. But every time I see a red fox or a silver fox, I promise you, I'm checking to see if it's one of my boys. I know that they're safe somewhere, and I think about them and I pray for them all the time. So there's some real talk for you.